I cannot stand the way you look at me. You got me reaching for something more.
Hello everyone, welcome back. I thought today I would do a little comparison video between my different planner covers, especially my Traveler's Notebook, my TRC, and my recently acquired Louise Carmen covers. So I thought I would just do a very quick video and do a quick comparison. I did pull a couple of my other planner covers because they are also leather. So let's get into it. So I'm not going to dive too deep into my Louise Carmen, but I will say I have seen the Louise Carmen for a while. I think I saw it maybe earlier this year, maybe last year. And I think I mentioned in one of the videos, in one of the unboxing, was that I was first introduced to this particular brand from Paper Test Design. She had a, I want to say a midnight blue, like a navy color, and I loved it in her flips. And I also have this thing for trifolds, and I love trifolds. So I did obviously go and get a Louise Carmen. The sizings are a little different than what I thought they would be, and I will also preface this: I am not a strings girl, so it did take me a while to actually go ahead and pick up one. So I will say this about Louise Carmen. It is a trifold. It does have an elastic, so it is very similar to your Traveler's Notebook. It is leather, and you can see the inside is a little raw. I have my planner in here, but it does have like the strings, and it also has it's 4 strings. You can definitely put 4 notebooks in here, and it is uh, the holes themselves are reinforced, so it actually has like rivets, or not rivets, but you know, those little things back there. And the string in the back has 2 metal pieces to actually, you know, reinforce it as well. So that is one of the main difference. The other difference is that this is also a trifold, and Louise Carmen has a variety of colors. Her colors range from like undyed for a very neutral one. I think the other colors that's very popular is whiskey, which is like a dark brown, which is absolutely beautiful, and it is on my next list. And she has very vibrant colors, which is like reds and blues. So overall, I think her planners are very beautiful. Um, and then this particular one is called the Honore, which is the medium size. I also have the smaller one, which is Earnest. And there's 3 different styles. And this, I don't know what style this is called, but this actually has a back pocket. And then there's one without the back pocket, which is basically very much like the TRC, but a trifold. So it doesn't have the pocket. And there's one also with the 3 like card slots. So you have that. The sizing are very different. She has them in a pocket size. I want to say like a smaller than a pocket size. This is an A5 slim, which is a medium, and then you have a bigger one, which I believe is like a B5 size. So the sizings is different, and the options for sizing is also very different. So, and that's another difference. And what's also different with Louise Carmen is she has her little French flag, because it is made in France. And it's, I think they pride themselves on customization. So if you do shop there or you do buy online, you can do a like a video consultation on your planner, what you want in the cover. You can actually have embossing like your initials or motivational word, whatever it may be. You can choose your elastic color. So you may not want the orange, maybe you want it black. You can do all that. And also charms to actually customize the planner and make it really special for you. So that's definitely one of the other service wise difference when it comes to Louise Carmen. What I personally love about this cover is that I love the fact that it's a trifold. I'm a sucker for a trifold. I think they're beautiful. I think the leather here is also a little bit thinner than, say, a traveler's notebook. And dare I say that the leather quality is also a little bit more on the luxurious side, because when you actually open this planner, it smells like leather. It just has this, you can't help but sniff it and smell it and touch it. So um, it is a smoother leather than, say, TRC. So you may not like that. Um, I personally do. So I know I have friends who actually love the suede kind of fuzzy feeling of the TRC covers. I personally like this one myself. Um, I also think this aesthetically has a different vibe. Not saying that Traveler's Company or Traveler's Notebook is not pretty. It's definitely very pretty and it has a specific aesthetic and has a specific vibe. This one is definitely more, has a very European feel, has a very European uh, essence, may I say, about this particular cover. So, I mean, needless to say, this is also like, I want to say it's double the price. So if you're paying a standard size in the Traveler's Notebook, it's usually about $60, $70. This is about $140. So there is that difference. Um, and then you also get to choose your pouches. There's different type of dust bag that you could choose when you check out. You can do a consultation. You can request a consultation. You can pick your charms right there and then. There's different customizations, or like I said, the service level is a little bit different than, say, a Traveler's Company. Now, let's take a look at TRC. This is their passport. As you know, Traveler's Notebook comes in two sizes. You have your passport and you also have your standard. Your standard is like an A5. I want to say it's like an A5 slim, but it's a little bit skinnier. It comes with this bag. And because this is a special edition, it comes with a printed bag. So it's a little bit different. So this is your standard camel color. And I believe TRC has more of the neutral colors. So you have a camel, there's brown, black, and blue. And now there's also olive. Olive is very similar to this, but the olive kind of pulls a little bit more brown than it does, say, green, um, at least the newer batch. And this one is the camel. And I went ahead and I put it patched on. And this particular plant cover comes, you kind of don't know what leather you'll get. So this particular one is a little bit more on like a nubuck touch or a nubuck feel. It's definitely a little bit more thicker, and it doesn't feel as delicate as, say, the Louise Carmen. Um, this is definitely something that you can easily throw in your purse or drag it everywhere. It's definitely a lot sturdier. And you have that little hole back there, which is not reinforced. It also comes with an extra string. elastic to in case this one is, goes yuck. But this one also comes with an extra elastic too, which I didn't mention. And it also comes with two notebooks, which you again can customize. You can either have it blank, or you can have it grid, lined, or dot grid. So you can choose that when you check out if you want the notebooks. It comes with the cover itself. So back to this. This one is definitely a little bit more thicker and when it comes to the leather smell is not as luxurious, I would say, as the Louise Carmen. Needless to say, I mean, I love this as well. Like I said, it has a completely different vibe. This one has just two strings versus the other one had four at least. And it also comes with one refill, and this is usually a blank white refill, and you can use this for pretty much anything. There's a whole bunch of accessories in terms of um, what you want to do with this, which is fun for TRC. And then a lot of people uh, tend to like and get this customized. You can take it to Baumkuchen. You can make it truly yours. You can get patches. Like I just put patches here. Um, you can put pockets. There's also different accessories you can actually get to actually put in your traveler's uh, notebook. And you can also add charms. Like this one is uniquely, this little knob here is uniquely for TRC. You really don't find this anywhere else. You can definitely hang a charm here. You could actually have a bookmark that you can hang off here, or you can have a charm that you can put up front. And they do, you can actually buy all those through Traveler's Company. But when it comes to like, if I want to journal, for example, for me, if I want to journal, I want to do like a memory keeping of a trip, I would definitely take this with me and um, use this as a, you know, my travel journal, because the insert is perfect. It's blank. You can add papers, you can add stickers, you can add photos, you can stamp, you can do whatever. And the paper itself is really, really nice because I think they use mostly is MD paper, which is a paper that I personally love. So if I was to do a journal, travel journal of that sort, I would definitely use my Traveler's Company cover. And then you have the smaller one. This is a limited edition, so this is a red one. But I like this leather better because this is definitely a smoother leather. This is more fuzzy, and I use this as my swatch. But it also comes with a notebook, and you have your red string back here, and then they will do this. You can get this customized again if you wish. You can add all the little trinkets if you want, like a charm or patches, whatnot. Um, but the pricing is very different. So this is anything between $40 to $50 for limited edition. The standard size is anything from 50 to $70, I want to say, maybe $60 to $70. And then they do have a variety of inserts to suit different people. There's inserts or refills to for people who want to watercolor, or people who actually do want to plan, because you can get a dated monthly and a weekly insert or refill for um, TRC. And then same with the passport, you can do your sticker release books, all that type of fun stuff. There's definitely a lot more refill accessories available for the travelers versus Louise Carmen. This is really more of to me, it's really more of a planner. I use it as a planner cover. It has my day-to-day planner and a notebook. A notebook paper is probably not as, the options are not the greatest. You only have the dot grid, and it is a pretty thick paper. It's not bad. I find this is thicker, so it makes me feel like this is not as, it's not as thick. Um, Dot grid, lined, blank, and there's a cream and there's a white available. So all the notebook covers on the front are all black. Um, and I think there's a couple of like accessories, like a little card holder thing that you can slip in here, that type of stuff. So to me, this is more luxurious. It's definitely something that when I picked it up, I want to baby it a little bit. And I compare it to more like, this is my expensive purse that I have saved up and bought and wanted to use. This is the ones that I know, it's my reliable ones that I can throw in my bag and I won't cry over it if it is not, in pristine condition or is in like good condition, or I won't cry over it if it's scratched. Um, it just depends on what your function or your needs are. I love this. I couldn't express how it feels, but at first glance, if you're asking me the difference between the two, the first thing I will tell you is the leather is different, and this leather to me is far superior than this particular leather. Um, but some people won't like this leather because they'll think this leather is a little bit more fragile versus this particular one is, it's more sturdy. So that's just my 2 cents and my immediate observation of the difference between this and this. So anyway, I thought I would make this video. I don't know if you're interested, but I do get people asking what is the difference, because you see a lot of Louise Carmen these days and everybody's all about the Travelers Company. They're both great covers. It's just what you personally like. There is another one out there, which I didn't purchase. I didn't get into it, but it's this one and these two. And there's just so many covers these days. You just go and buy what you A, can afford, and B, what you need it for. And I have a collection of these. I have two of these now, a medium and a small, and I personally love it. I do find myself babying this a little bit more, but I do love the aesthetics of this because this definitely has more of a luxurious feel, more European chic feel, and this is definitely more of a um, everyday look or everyday um, use kind of vibe, if that makes any sense. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this video. I hope this makes a little bit more sense. And I will be back with another video shortly. Thank you.